Today's video, I'm doing something a little bit different. You know those red pill, blue pills, I hate men, I hate women, who am I? Why am I really projecting all my stuff to everybody type videos? Well, I did that with skateboarding, but less psychological and more just about the problem right in front of you. Communication. You know, a lot of skaters, we have problems. We have questions that don't get answered. It is not an ego thing. It's just maybe in some realms we don't feel like so inclusive, so protected or loved in our current community that we're in and what state we're in right now. But remember, there's always the inner lining of the creator inside of us. No matter what you call the creator, there's a bigger part of us, a spirit, a magnificent elixir that gives us life through the burning hot fire that creates steam, and the burning hot fire in our hearts to become one with every being, and know that we in this thing together, especially in skateboarding, because you know it's hard as hell, but there's people working to keep that inclusivity and to keep breaking it down so that we keep this thing going. It wasn't the same thing when I grew up in the 90s. Maybe it wasn't the people I hung out with that like thought like me and was like, I really want to get this down and I'm really kind of analytical with it. But some people get it the first time, don't really care to make it look better. They're just like, hey, I got it. And then there's some people that want to see the whole genesis of something into fruition, to see how it became what it is right now, and get that knowledge through progress, protection of the community, to keep that thing going with the information, and honesty to say, hey, maybe I'm not jumping that high, maybe I'm not this, maybe I'm not that, and having that accountability, they'll take you places. But please smash that like button, like and subscribe, put me on the algorithm, and I'll check you out in the next video. Peace.
So this is the second time skateboarding has ever been at the Olympics, okay? And I'm seeing a lot of people who have never watched skateboarding before watch competitive skateboarding. And a lot of those people are complaining and saying, the skaters aren't landing any tricks. What they're doing doesn't look that hard. And as someone who's been a skater for a very long time, I can tell you what those skaters are doing is insane, okay? Sure, they might not land every trick, but that's what makes it so much more exciting, okay? Because you don't know when they jump on a rail or not if they're gonna land it. And sometimes, like in the finals with Sora, he kind of landed it and then he slipped out on the big spin out, okay? Like, skateboarding is not easy, okay? And people who have never watched the sport before are coming in, which is great, but be cognizant of, like, you have never hopped on a board in your life. You don't know what it takes, okay? The athletes who are competing in the Olympics do, okay? And what they are doing is insanely hard, okay? I've never jumped down a handrail, and I probably never will. And they're jumping down like 15 stair handrails doing flip tricks in and out. So maybe shut up.
Sorry to break people's hearts, but there ain't no bindings on there to keep your feet on the deck. And if there was, they'd be doing even more crazier tricks. I feel like skateboarding is kind of like the WWF. We have a niche genre that if you get it, you get it. But we also need people to explain skateboard videos, and then they'll kind of get a rounded off gist of it. See, skateboarding does make sense to the skaters on and off the board, but you have to see things in a different light. And the only way to see that is by you having a great explanation about what's going on, and then it kind of opens up to dialogue, and then people will see what's going on in front of their face. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's like, oh, football, yeah, 20-yard dash, blah, blah, blah. But they don't really know. You talk to an expert that knows that, like in and out, like 100%, You're like, oh, and it helps to break it down. It's what we call the language barrier of your body's trying to protect yourself from hurting yourself. And you're like, I'm just going to go do a kickflip.
So a big part about skateboarding is doing flat ground tricks, right? A really big mistake I've made is I've been skateboarding for a little over 3 years, and I skate almost nothing but flat ground because the parks around here aren't the best. And because I've been doing that, I've gotten really consistent with my flat ground tricks, but I'm terrified to do any tricks down any set or on any obstacle like a hip or anything. For example, I just battled a kickflip on a hip for like 30 minutes, and I never landed it. I couldn't even commit to it. It was just, I don't know how to explain it. So now I'm having to like go back and teach myself all these really basic tricks down gaps and on hips and stuff, and it's really annoying and sucks because I can tray flip and hard flip on flat like every try. It would be awesome if you guys could leave any tips about how to commit or how to get better at committing on this video, because that would help me out a lot.
I commend you for taking the next step in your skateboarding journey and going outside of your comfort zone, because comfort equals stagnation equals you're just gonna keep doing the same thing like those OGs at the skate park that just do 5 tricks and they go home like, yes, I'm accomplished. Nobody wants to be that guy. Trust me, they don't even want to be that guy. But basically, when you switch from one practice, flat ground, and get into a vertical position or ramps, let me put it in eye terms. When I first started skating, I had ramps, bowls, and vert. So that came easy to me, and I believed that, hey, this is a part of skateboarding. Everybody knows this. Boy, was I wrong. Everybody stuck to flat ground. Like the flat ground was just like, the thing to do. It is good to do when you're warming up your legs or practice before your run. But if you want to be an all-around ATV, all-terrain vehicle of skating, work it up slowly. If an object is in motion going up past the barrier of gravity, you're going to kick it up and it's going to fall right down. So that, in essence, will be a lot easier than a flat ground kickflip if you just rise your back foot. Your back foot is going to determine the height of the board, and then you'll catch it and then ride away in the sunset with everybody going, "Yee!" But remember, comfort isn't real. We build up a nice safety net for everything to just be the same and comfortable, so our brain could be like, I don't have to think. I can just be right here. Hey, well, kickflip? Yeah. Ollie? Yeah. You know what I mean? So, push yourself, wear pads. But I believe that you can do it. Any skater that wants to take the next step, go for it. I did it myself, and I would say ramps are a little less sketchy than a lot of other things, and they'll save your legs later in life, and you won't be that OG that's like pumping ramps wrong and not getting no air. My suggestion: watch Joey Brusco, 14 times X Game gold medalist. He really breaks things down.
Yeah, I think a lot of us know skateboarding is not meant for the weak, especially my skaters know that, but a lot of people out there that play sports and shit, they think their sport is harder. I mean, it's not really a competition, but I'm gonna show you a couple reasons why skateboarding is mentally and physically one of the hardest things out here to really do. Really hurt yourself if you don't have the simplest things down, such as board control. If you can't just ride your skateboard, you will get hurt, I promise you. That's something you can't skip, y'all. Like, you can't go straight to tricks, straight to grinds, none of that. Shit's imaginary, it don't exist. You gotta get your board control down, because you will get hurt really bad. I've seen videos of people getting hurt really bad just trying to step on a skateboard for the first time. Like, skateboarding is like 75% mental, I promise. Skateboarding gonna put you through it, but if it's one thing it's gonna do, bro, it's gonna make or break you. It is really gonna teach you that patience is everything in life, and it'll also teach you that you gotta start somewhere, because everybody started a rook. Nobody started knowing how to ollie, kickflip, none of that. So if you was looking for a sign of skateboard, go grab that skateboard today and make it happen.
I like how the end is like, go grab a skateboard, like that ain't expensive. You got an extra $200 laying around. But yeah, skateboarding is hard. You ever wonder why there's still old people still doing it in their 60s? It's just like chess, you can never really figure it out like that. Even all the pros don't know all the tricks. You would think, but no, they don't. Some pros can't even do switch or drop it in a ramp. Crazy, huh? But if you stick with it, it's like a bad relationship that mentally, if you change your view on it, it becomes easier. So start whenever you're ready. Maybe borrow a board at first because they're really expensive. You gotta know you're all in it before you spend that coin for sure.
If you're aiming at my neck,